Hi, my name's Tyler Corey. I'll be presenting my sales pitch presentation. This is going to be on personal training and that kind of fitness industry. Obviously, throughout the course, we've been working on perspective of clients. For me personally, fitness industry engagement, long-term revenue. One of the things we went through was building like a item or a product or something like that and selling it to the right customer base and all that kind of stuff. Uh, Briefly, I want to review the needs for clients. Now, the client is in a gym is operating on the ability of the fitness industry. Now, they might be new to the gym, they might be old to the gym, or they're just coming back into the gym. And when it comes to that kind of thing, you got to be able to talk to a client and being able to really connect with them. So when it comes down to that, as someone you're in sales, right? You're trying to talk to them and see who they are, the type of person that they're doing, right? So for me, I'm selling sales right now. Okay, I'd be like, hey, how are you doing? My name is Tyler. Nice to meet you. Let's come sit at my desk quickly. Sit at the desk. I talk with them. I get to know them a little bit. Ask them, how their day was. What are they trying to do with fitness? All that kind of things. All that kind of stuff, right? And then it comes to hitting the marks and the goals. Okay, so it would be like. Hey Sam, how are you doing today? My name is Tyler, nice to meet you. What do you like about fitness? Blah, 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 right? Where do you want to go with it? Mm-hmm. Let's go take a tour around the gym. So we walk around the gym and we take the tour and all that kind of good stuff, right? And I find out what their needs are. What are they trying to hit? Maybe they have a hurt ankle or a hurt knee, or they have a hurt shoulder or something like that. Something that needs help with, right? And when it comes to that, that's why we have all these personal trainers at the gym, and that's why I'm in the sales department, right? My goal as someone who's in sales is to help get them what they want out of a product, okay? So let's say they have a hurt shoulder, right? I'd be like, oh, how did you hurt it? I get to know a little bit more about the situation, right? Now, when it comes to personal training, there's many different personal trainers. Each one has a part that they tend to be more successful in, right? So we might have someone who's good with, learning how to, helping out with beginners. There's another one that's maybe good with therapy. There's another one that's good with bodybuilding. There's another one that's good with lifestyle. There's all these different categories of different bodybuilders that you can obviously put a client with. And obviously your goal as a salesperson is to put him with the right person, right? You don't want to put him, maybe they have a hurt shoulder and they really need to be with someone who, needs that help, with that shoulder. So someone that's, known for therapy and stuff like that, working through that injury and then getting them onto the path to success. Or maybe they're just trying to get bigger and stronger and stuff like that, and you need them to like a bodybuilder's coach or, someone with a lifestyle if they need to lose weight, right? For example, when you're talking to someone, you need to understand, obviously, their situation, okay? And when you go about it, it's all about strategy game when you're selling to people. I personally have been a fitness manager at EOS Fitness, so I did personal training sales. When it came to that, you have to have your different tools and stuff like that to be able to sell them, right? So one of the products we would use is we had an Evo Scan. Now, what an Evo Scan does when I'm talking to someone is being able to say, hey, let's go do this Evo Scan for free, okay? I want you to hop on it. It's going to read your weight. It's going to be where your fat is hanging, where you need to gain some muscle, all that kind of good stuff. And we would go through that. And as I'm going through it, I'm looking, right? I'm looking at each little thing that they go. Maybe their BMI is over 25%, right? Maybe they, maybe they don't know what their calorie goals are, their protein goals and stuff like that. And I'm telling them, I'm explaining all this stuff to them and gathering information as they respond back to me, right? So when I'm doing all that and I'm, gathering all their information and, going along those lines and all that kind of good stuff, I'm learning about them. Now, a lot of the things we've learned about in sales also comes from price point, right? One of the things we did in the in the course was you take this. There's this one thing where you're trying to sell, a service to someone, and that's kind of what personal training is. It's a service to help them. It's not necessarily a product, but you're selling of the product of that person and what they can become if they join us, right? So that's when you have multiple options, right? So I would go up to them like, hey, so what's your price point? Okay. Well, I don't know if I can really afford anything right now, blah, 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 right? Whatever. Maybe this is the point where they can't really afford anything, right? And I'd be like, well, look, we have a program going on now, 2 weeks free. Okay, free cancellation. If you try it out, you like it, We can put you on the lowest plan possible. Now, lowest plan is only going to be, let's do $100 per week, bi-weekly. And with that plan, you come with 2 personal training sessions, but also you get a nutrition plan on top of that. And your coach is going to help dial that in for you, okay? You're going to learn everything you need to know about how to help compare yourself to the future. And you don't need to be on this plan for a long time. You really only have to be on it for a few weeks. And if you stay on it for a few weeks and you stay consistent, skyrocketing your goals. And I promise you, if we work together on this, we can get you there. And maybe they, start fighting back a little bit. And it's like, okay, well, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from not achieving this goal right now? What is stopping you from not going above and beyond and trying to figure out that stuff right? And like I said, if they come back to the money issue, well, hey, there's no harm in trying for 2 weeks, I know you want to get into the gym. Try it for 2 weeks. It's going to be completely free on us. See how it goes, right? And maybe it's just like, I feel like I can do it myself. Well, yeah, I'm sure everyone can do it themselves, right? I'm sure you could do it yourself. But why haven't you yet? Why haven't you came into the gym and started working on yourself? Why haven't you, going above and beyond to hit those marks and all those kinds of things, right? And how are you not growing to, achieve those said goals? Why haven't you achieved them yet? Why are you so far behind on your goals? And it's like, oh, well, maybe it's work, right? If it's a work situation, that's completely understandable. You can only come in certain times. I work, you work. It's really hard to get into that situation. But now you have someone that's going to keep you accountable. Now you're going to have someone that's going to, make sure that you get into the gym, you're getting the help you need. And maybe all you need is someone to give you that boost, right? When you invest in yourself, and you're spending money on yourself and not others or physical things, you're taking a chance on yourself. So it's your choice if you want to hit that goal. Other than that, that's a little sales pitch training I've worked on and stuff like that. But some other things that you might come up when you're in sales, or you're trying to get through the communication process with people and stuff like that is obviously the starting point and those kinds of things, the starting point, price point, why haven't they done it yet, goals in mind, stuff like that, or maybe they just need help with nutrition, stuff like that. And that also become with the program. So for the personal training, what I would say is like, let's look at some certain things. Maybe you're overweight, right? Well, guess what? This program doesn't just come with someone who can help you with that, but it also comes with a app that you can get on your phone that's going to help you with your nutrition, okay? This nutrition is going to give you the ability to not only learn how much calories you should be eating today, but also track what you eat per day, getting all that times things. We want you to have a long success, right? We want you to keep coming back and keep training, and we want you to get to your goal. It's not about the money for us. It's about you achieving your goal. It's about us helping you achieve that. We want to see you grow. We want to see your future above and beyond, We want to see those things. Obviously, when it comes to the sales process, there comes the closing stage, and once you do get to the closing stage, you want to make sure that it goes through very well, okay? So let's start off with, let's say it's more of a rich person, right? They come in, they sign up for the 4-week term, right? It's on me to put them with the person that's going to get in their goals. Let's say they just want to be big, right? So I'm going to put them with that bodybuilder, and I'm going to check up on them every couple of weeks, right? Every time I see him coming to him, hey Sam, how are you doing? You doing good? That's good. How's the training going? It's going great? Any concerns or anything like that? Oh, well, my trainer's late all the time. No, don't worry. I'll talk to him about that. I'll talk to him about that. I'll help you with that. Do you still want to be with him because of that? Yeah, but I'm not really sure. Well, if you change your mind, let me know. I'll put you with a new trainer. Trust me, I just want you to succeed, bro. So yeah, stuff like that is another way to go about things. And you just gotta keep following up with that pattern, because following up with people and making sure that they're succeeding success will also keep the revenue high. And that's with anyone, right? You want to build a good, happy environment for anyone who is looking into personal training, wants to come in, all that kind of good stuff. When it comes down to the sales side of things and hitting that objectives and stuff like that, obviously you want to talk to as many people as possible, especially in the personal training business. Your goal is to get as many people into the door, talk as many people as you want, because it's a game. Think of it as like every one person you might get 10. Every 10 people you might get one person that would come in and sign up, right? Not every person is going to agree with your sales, especially in the personal training world, because a lot of people think they can do it themselves, right? But if they do say no, and they do walk away, don't stop, because there's always a possibility that you see them a month from now and nothing's changed. They might come into the gym like once a week, and then you go up to them like, hey, how you doing, Adam? How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm like, hey man, how's the workout been? Oh, it's been going okay. I haven't really seen much change lately. Well, hey, let's talk about that. I know you were talking about money in the past. Well, what if we work on that money? Like, what if I help you get like a discount or something like that? Because I want to see you succeed. I don't want you seeing no progress happen. Let me help you out with that. Stuff like that to encourage them to keep coming in, keep doing that. And I just want to double check to make sure I got everything. For the most part, I did. If I'm missing anything, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best right now. But yeah, in conclusion, a few quick things. When you present yourself nice, wear nice clothes. Number 2, make sure that you become friends with them first before selling to them. Next, when it does come to the sale pitch, make sure you know enough, right? You want to understand who they are as a person, what are they looking for, money, stuff like that. Figure all that stuff out beforehand, and then tell them how you can support their goals, and then try to make the sale. If you do all 5 of those things, you're gonna get there. But yeah, thank you for watching my presentation. Have a good one.